5:30.
Rodgers the other way for the end zone. Touchdown, Geronimo Allison.
A strong start for the Packers, but the green and gold battle for the home opener win against the Vikings. Plus, the halftime star tribute in memory of number 15. The message from Bart Starr's wife, Cherry, to Packers Nation. And the escort onto the field by another quarterback great. A 12 News exclusive one-on-one with Brett Favre.
It's very nice to be reminded how special this place is.
Stephen Watson and Dan Needles are standing by with Packers coverage in a moment. But first tonight, breaking news in Glendale. A carbon monoxide leak at a Boston market has sickened at least 4 people this afternoon. 12 News' Caroline Reinwald is live tonight at the scene. Caroline, that restaurant is shut down at this hour.
Yeah, Matt, you can see here that they've got a sign up here. It says, sorry, we're closed to a gas leak. So WISN 12 News.
Caroline Reinwald reporting live. Caroline, thank you. More breaking news tonight. This from 52nd and Melvina in Milwaukee. The medical examiner confirming to 12 News it is responding to this scene at this hour for a death investigation. Here's a live look at the scene. Right now, it's not clear what led up to the death. You see numerous investigators still on scene. 12 News has seen hazmat crews going in and out of this home within the past 60 minutes. You can look for more updates tonight on 12 News.
On a day they honored the on-field leader of the Lombardi Pack.
It was an electric atmosphere. I thought our crowd really did a great job of getting loud and provided that spark that we're looking for each and every week.
All right, so the Packers are 2-0 for the first time since 2015. Broncos come to Green Bay next week. And that wasn't even the biggest sports story of the day. Brewers coming up later.
All right, Dan, thank you. In addition to the action on the field, as you mentioned, what a tribute today, a big weekend commemorating the life of Packers legend Bart Starr, who died in May. A special number 15 on the field in his honor, and a halftime tribute with Packers alumni Starr's son and his wife, Cherry. Cherry Starr was escorted to the 50-yard line by another Packers great, Brett Favre. The NFL presented the Stars with an original 1960s Packers helmet with a tribute number 15 decal.
63 years, you have loved and embraced us and supported us, and I am so grateful.
So much Packers history today, including this remarkable meetup in the tunnel between Cherry Starr, Aaron Rodgers, and Brett Favre. 12 Sports' Stephen Watson was there in the tunnel to see it happen and got a 12 News exclusive one-on-one with Favre after the Star ceremony. Stephen, Favre said he was so grateful to be part of today's tribute.
Well, the friendship between Bart Starr and Brett Favre has been on. He used to write handwritten notes to Favre after every single game that he played. Favre told me that's just simply who Bart was. Live at Lambeau Field, Stephen Watson, WISN 12 News.
Stephen, thank you. Packers fans in Milwaukee cheered on the green and gold today while helping their brothers and sisters in blue. The Milwaukee Police Association Fallen Heroes Group hosted this fundraiser today in memory of Officer Matthew Rittner. All the money raised will help send Rittner's family and some officers to Washington, D.C. next May. That's when Rittner's name will be added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Wall.
We also want to have an opportunity to cheer on the Packers, and instead of focusing on all the bad things, have a little bit of a good time where we can get to know people in our community and interact with the people in our community.
The new bar, Uncle Buck's on 3rd, hosted the event downtown. Its owners offered up the space free of charge. Turning to Weather Watch 12, the clouds hanging tough this afternoon. Chris, you're tracking a few spotty showers popping up on the radar tonight.
Yeah, we could see a little bit of activity over the next couple of hours, Matt. Certainly not the heavy rain that we saw this morning, but there's an area that I'm watching very closely. You see that sharp cutoff where the cloud cover is right there? We could see some showers fire right along that line. 6 a.m. We could see a little bit of fog out there as well. So as you start your day tomorrow, heading to work, keep that in mind. That cloudiness sticking around. A gray night tonight. We'll see some changes tomorrow. The sun returns and a big warm up on the way, Matt. All
right, Chris, we'll see you then. To other news we're following tonight, a fight escalated into a deadly stabbing overnight in West Allis. 12 News' Derek Rose has surveillance video of the aftermath. This near 71st and Beecher as police look for a killer.
Neighbors who live along 71st News.
While police haven't identified any suspects, they are calling this an isolated incident, and investigators say there doesn't appear to be any ongoing danger to the public. More violence Saturday night. We've learned a 16-year-old died at this urgent care in Glendale. That's where the teen and an 18-year-old drove after someone fired shots into their car near 55th and Casper last night. The 18-year-old is expected to survive. No word on any arrests. Milwaukee police also updated us on that shooting last night near 25th and Wells. We're told a 40-year-old man accidentally shot himself. It's not clear exactly how he is doing tonight. A festive kickoff to Hispanic Heritage Month. Coming up, the meaning behind today's event and why the city is celebrating all month long.
Officer down, shots fired.
We begin with breaking news. A police officer wounded and a burglary suspect dead in Racine County. This is video from News Chopper 12 a short time ago. You can see the heavy law enforcement presence, including police cars and other crime scene vehicles. 12 News' Caroline Reinwald is live along Crystal Spring Drive in Caledonia. Caroline, there is still a heavy police presence at the scene tonight.
Yeah, Matt, they've been here for 5 hours now.
But no concrete confirmation. As for the 12-year-old, her mom says she loves to dance, so the bullet to the knee is especially tragic. Neighbors, meantime, say the area is seeing an increase in violence.
Growing up, we were able to just walk around here and talk to everyone, and now it seems like we have to watch our backs.
Police found bullet casings in the street, but as far as we know tonight, no arrests have been made. At least 3 other Milwaukee children have been hit by bullets that were fired into their bedrooms in just the past 8 months. One of them died. In November, 13-year-old Sandra Parks was hit by a bullet that came through her bedroom wall at 13th and Hopkins. In December, a 12-year-old boy was hit in the foot while sleeping in his room at 24th and National. And this past May, a 13-year-old girl was grazed by a bullet that came into her bedroom at 77th and Casper. Milwaukee Mayor's was as part of a rally. He was part of it as for calling for stricter gun laws this afternoon. The event was organized by the Milwaukee chapter of Moms Demand Action, Every Town for Gun Safety, and Students Demand Action. Rallies like this are being held across the country this weekend in an effort to pressure Congress to return to Washington and pass legislation requiring universal background checks.
We can no longer send thoughts and prayers. We must act with policy and change that will save lives. We must join hands across party lines, across social and racial divides, and unite as one to end the gun violence in our country.
Some Republicans, though, say background checks would not have prevented this month's mass shootings in El Paso and Dayton. President Trump has shifted his focus in recent days to mental health.
There is a mental illness problem that has to be dealt with. It's not the gun that pulls the trigger. It's the person holding the gun.
The president has also shown support for expanded background checks and a nationwide red flag law. A speeding car led to a big drug bust in Racine County this weekend. Take a look at these pictures the sheriff's office posted on Facebook. They say they found cocaine, meth, heroin, marijuana, and other drugs inside a car they stopped in the town of Burlington. Deputies say they also found a scale, pipes, and other drug-related items. They arrested the driver, a 28-year-old man from Franklin. Now to the stormy start to this Sunday. It left some damage behind in the southern part of our viewing area. More on that in a second, but first meteorologist Lindsay Slater is here. Lindsay, are we in the clear for tonight?
We're golden. This is what I call great sleeping weather. You can have the window open, you can let that fan kind of bring in some of that cooler air, and it's going to be drier air as well, which is really nice. Now, some of those storms, and I'm going to highlight what day you need to be prepared for. That's coming up next.
All right, Lindsay, we'll see you then. At one point today, We Energies reported more than 10,000 customers in the dark from the morning storms. 12 News' Eden Shekel shows us the damage.
81st Street and 21st Avenue. I'm Eden Shekel for WISN 12 News.
Football fans are mourning a former Packers player tonight. Cedric Benson died last night when his motorcycle crashed in Austin, Texas. The 36-year-old collided with a car. Police say it's a dangerous area.
Unfortunately, this area really has poor visibility, so if you're not really careful, or if you're going slightly over the speed limit, it's very difficult to stop.
Benson played his final season with the Packers in 2012. He also played for the Bears and Bengals during his pro career. The Packers tweeted their condolences today to Benson's family and friends. Milwaukee police need help finding a missing woman. Someone last spotted 45-year-old Rihanna Parks in the area of St. Luke's Hospital around 11 o'clock last night. This is a closer look at that picture. Police describe her as a critical missing person. She may be driving a green 2006 Subaru B9 Tribeca with the Wisconsin license plates 250 V as in Victor DF. Police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. State election officials ran a test with local clerks recently, and what they found was a bit concerning. Adrian Pedersen has the story coming up tonight on Up Front.
Good evening. Tonight on Up Front, outdated soft
news. Tonight, an officer attacked and wounded. A burglary suspect shot and killed by police. This all happening in Caledonia. We'll bring you live updates throughout this newscast.
And you can sleep soundly tonight, but we're not totally done with the storms for the work week. What day they'll return, that's ahead.
Plus, the unique way drug smugglers tried to disguise tons of marijuana headed for the U.S.
See more of the local stories important to you with the WISN 12 News app. Download right now. 12 News at 10.
Almost never been in an earthquake, but the building shook a little, rattled, scared the Jesus out of me a little bit.
Fire forces a local football coach from his home, but it doesn't stop him from taking the field for his players. How the community is rallying around him tonight. And celebrating legendary Packers quarterback Bart Starr. 2 ways he was honored today and the permanent memorial that may still be in the works. But we begin tonight with Weather Watch 12. Meteorologist Chris Swaim is here. And Chris, more rain is headed to the area overnight, especially some areas that saw flooding this week.
That's the big concern, Matt, and that's why we have some flash flood watches in effect for tonight.
Breaking news from Glendale tonight. A death investigation is underway at this hour at Riverwoods Parkway. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner confirms to 12 News tonight they have been called to the scene. We have a crew on the way. Meantime, a large police presence after a shooting on Milwaukee's near west side tonight. Crime scene tape blocked several areas around 25th and Wells. Our cameras spotted officers with flashlights searching between several buildings. Milwaukee police tell us that one person was shot. We don't know that person's condition or if anyone is in custody. Also in Wauwatosa tonight, police searched through a car at 68th and State. The passenger side window was busted out. We saw an officer wearing a face mask while searching the car and pulling something out. No word yet what police found or if anyone was arrested. A Brookfield Central football coach is back on the field after he lost everything in a fire that started by lightning. 12 News' Caroline Reinwald met with Coach Jeff Lueck today and explains how the community is rallying around him.
12 News.
Lueck tells 12 News he's overwhelmed by the generosity of his community tonight, and his heart goes out to the other building residents who lost their home as well. The Red Cross opened a shelter in Brookfield to help people who were displaced. It helped 9 people Thursday night and will stay open until noon tomorrow. The Packers play their home opener against the Vikings tomorrow, but this weekend it is all about honoring legendary Packers quarterback Bart Starr, who passed away earlier this year.
I can imagine that he's looking down and how proud he feels and how happy it would make him.
Members of Starr's family attended a special celebration at Rawhide Boys Ranch today in New London. Starr and his wife were longtime supporters. Tomorrow the Packers will honor Starr during a halftime ceremony.
Letters never stop coming in expressing their admiration of Bart. And as I said last night, a portion of our hearts will always be in Green Bay.
Starr is also memorialized on the famous Packers fence outside Lambeau Field. This year's painting features an image of the quarterback with the words, "Our champion, our star." There could soon be another permanent Bart Starr memorial in Green Bay. Next week, the city council president will propose naming the Walnut Street Bridge after the Packers icon. Now to Commitment 2020, 302 days until the Democratic National Convention comes to Milwaukee. Democratic presidential candidate Julian Castro appeared in Madison this afternoon, just days after tangling with Joe Biden at this week's debate.
You said they would have to buy in. If she qualifies for Medicaid, are you forgetting what you said 2 minutes ago?
Castro told the crowd at the Cap Times Idea Fest this afternoon that his clash with Biden wasn't personal. Castro appeared at today's event alongside his twin brother, Congressman Joaquin Castro. The candidate said their mother gave them an appreciation for public service.
But ultimately, what she gave us was this strong sense of that you needed to participate, to do something, and to do something for other people, even as even as we succeed ourselves.
Castro said the first thing he would do if elected president would be to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. A room full of questions for Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner today, who won't be running for Congress in 2020. Less than 2 weeks after his announcement and announcing his retirement, Sensenbrenner was back where he's been for decades, holding court with his long-standing town halls.
I think each individual voter should assess both the qualifications of those who are running as well as the background and stance on the issues, and not rely on who has the most clever ad agency to put ads up right before the election.
As you saw, Sensenbrenner was also honored today by a group celebrating a popular Hindu tradition. A Saudi Arabia oil field goes up in flames after a drone attack. A rebel group in Yemen has claimed responsibility, but tonight the U.S. is blaming Iran for making the attack possible. Reports indicate the attack knocked out half of Saudi Arabia's oil capacity, which is about 5% of the worldwide supply. That could affect gas prices, but the Saudis tonight say they do hope to have production restored in a few days. The White House says U.S. forces have killed the son of late al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. Hasma bin Laden died in a counterterrorism strike near the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, U.S. officials say. He was becoming an important figure within al-Qaeda. U.S. forces killed Osama bin Laden in 2011. A medical mission at Milwaukee's North Division High School today, Ascension, Wisconsin, provided medical exams, mammograms, lab tests, and teeth cleaning all in one place and all for free. With the high costs of health care, people like Fanny Jones say they shouldn't let today's opportunity slip away.
Now that I'm here, my eyes is getting bigger. I'm looking at more possibilities, and I'm seeking out more help because it's right here, and I'm wanting now, and I'm going to stay here and get it now.
Ascension, Wisconsin and its partners sent people home with a healthy bag of food as well. The group is planning similar events across the state.
You can do it.
Got it.
Oh, you were right.
There it is, some fast-pitch dunk tank action at the VA Medical Center in Milwaukee today. This is the hospital's Beats and Eats community event with a car show, arts, and food, all of it included for participants who have served. The VA says they host events like this to engage veterans in activities and also let them know about services available to them. 11,000 runners, walkers, wheelers, and riders strong. They all took their marks downtown for this morning's for the Brigham Owls fundraiser. It's a massive event for Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, and today it raised nearly $1 million.
And what that allows us to do is do all those things we want to do for kids to make sure that they have the very best medical care, but also the very best experience, because we know nobody wants to come to the hospital, but it's there if they do, and when they come, they need us to wrap our arms around them and give them everything they need.
You can see just how many people filled Wisconsin Avenue this morning for the run. Donors have given more than $21 million in the run's 41 years. Thousands of Ford vehicles are being recalled tonight after more than 30 people have gotten hurt. We'll tell you what's wrong. Also ahead, a solid gold toilet stolen. The big mistake that helped robbers carry it off. And the Badgers make the list of top-earning college football programs. We'll tell you how high UW is ranked.
And heavy rain possible for tonight. I'm keeping an eye on the latest model trends, who could see the rain, how long it lasts, and what kind of impacts that could have on your weekend plans. I'll have that in just a couple minutes.
See more of the local stories important to you with the WISN 12 News app. Download right now.